Hello, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I have a very exciting topic, which says that will technology take away our jobs? Well, it's quite interesting to note that when we talk about jobs, a lot of people are quite scared because we need jobs to survive. And without jobs, we can't get money and the community or the society would run at a standstill. Well, I have both good news and bad news. Well, the bad news is not actually bad in itself, in that if we do understand what we need to do, the changes we need to do in order to stay relevant in the society, we will not be worried about technology. So, my friends, will technology take away our jobs? The straight answer to this question is that yes, it's going to take away our jobs. But please listen to me to the end of this video and listen to my reasons why I think technology will take away our jobs. And also the good news about what we need to do for us to survive in such a society. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also do like and comment below. I always like to hear your comments, your opinions on what you think about my videos, and also if you have other suggestions as to which topics you'd like me to cover, I'm open to such recommendations. All right, well, last month we had a goal of reaching to 200 subscribers, but dear friends, we have 150 subscribers. It's a very great mile. I never thought I would get to 150. This was just a trial, and then I'm trying to see how far we could go with this. Thank you so much for those who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, and those who haven't subscribed yet, please do to just look down there. You see a red button. Please do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to bring you more exciting videos like this. All right, so let's go straight to today's topic. Will technology take away our jobs? It is interesting to know that I'm going to give you some little bit of history. Think about it this way. So in the past, we used to have hunters and gatherers. So like human history, we were hunters and gatherers. We used to move around from community to community, or from, let me put it in layman terms, from one forest to the other. So we go from one forest and then we gather fruits, vegetables. And then we were also hunters. We look for animals and then we kill and we eat, right? So imagine in a community or the period of those times, what happened was that people who were skilled at gathering or looking out for fruits and vegetables were the rich guys, right? Because they have good eyesight. And those who were strong enough to hold a spear or look for animals or run faster were the very rich guys. They could easily outrun animals and then just capture them. So that is technology, right? Using the use of spears and arrows was a technology at that time. And those who were good at those were the most relevant people in the society. Then we had another age, right? We had another age where people were able to develop tools from stones, right? So you could get a cutting, or let's say a knife or a sharp object made out of stones. So the stone cutters at that period of time were the rich guys. We could say that they were the Jeff Bezos or the Elon Musks of their time. Because to make an idea or a cutting instrument out of stone was not easy. It wasn't just for any person. So people were skilled as making equipment or even war equipment out of just stones. Now, when they came around, those who had the spears and arrows, or those who were good at gathering, were a little bit now not more important in the society, even though their work still existed, but they reduced in number. So the people who made things out of stones were more relevant. Then we moved from Stone Age, we moved from using stones to make equipment to using bronze, right? Bronze is a metal. It's an alloy, actually. So when people started to use alloys, they could then infuse the spears made out of just sticks and then also add a little bit of stones, right? So they mixed everything up to form spears made up of bronze, right? And also equipment or fighting machineries made out of bronze. And so many things that they had at that time was made up of bronze. So the blacksmith, right? The blacksmith at that time was one of the richest person in that age. What am I saying? What I'm trying to say is that when we look at technology, technology has been changing from generation to generation. First from the hunting and gathering stage, then to the Stone Age, to the Bronze, and then to what we have now. So it has gone through several stages, which I cannot take you through all of them. But within each stage, there are people who become more relevant in the society than the others. And think about it. If during the Stone Age, the blacksmiths, right, at that time were, even though they had the technology, they were less relevant, but they still kept their technology. When it was time for their technology to be used, they became more relevant. So what happened to the stone cutters? We could say that the stone cutters who decided not to embrace technology were let out of the system. I will not be surprised that the people who were the stone cutters, some of them embraced change and then they became blacksmiths to become more relevant in the society. So in a nutshell, change will definitely come, but it depends on how we react to the change. That would prove whether you are relevant or not relevant to the society. First reason why I think technology will take our jobs is that first, we need technology. We need technology to create jobs. The other way around is not true. It's a myth. People think that when we have technology, people are going to lose their jobs, and the net ratio, the net after losing and gaining, if you look at the ratio, people think that more jobs will be lost than gained, but it's never true. The fact is that when we have technology, more jobs are created. Jobs that have never been a system, jobs that have never been existent are created. And we have people who are trained to become those kind of, to play a role in that jobs. So just think about it. A job as old as an accountant, right? There are people who are more skilled in that profession because they have worked for a very long time. But when you have a new job created by, let's say, a technology like, let's say, data, it means that the new people who would now be at the forefront of this technology have less experience. And so the people who are able to embrace the change and start will become the pace setters, right? So there's less competition and it opens avenue for that new generation. Instead of they having to wait for the experienced one to be cleared out of system before they get jobs, they're able to create their own jobs. So it is never true that technology is going to take away all our jobs, but instead, technology will take away some jobs and it will rather create more jobs than it is in the system. So that's the good news. It will take away jobs, but then it will create more jobs into the system. Now, let's move on to the second point. So my second reason too is that not all jobs in the system can be replaced by technology. For instance, in a city in Italy, they have this technology firm which makes pizza using robots. Well, this is so applaudable, so unique. Going to a whole restaurant and having been served by a robot. The robot is a cashier, the robot prepares the pizza, and then the robot serves you. This is so wonderful. Well, the part about technology is that not all jobs can be replaced, especially jobs that require emotions, something like a counselor, something like a parent. These jobs can never be replaced by technologies. So those in such positions that require emotions should never be worried at all, because technology will never and ever be able to replace their jobs. I know there are advances in AI that is trying to inculcate sensors or trying to use emotions, but we know as humans we are unique because of that, our sense of emotions, right? So technology will never get to that point. So those in that category, like content creators or people who are customer relations, those kind of jobs will never be taken away. So there is no worry for fear. Technology will definitely take away some jobs, but jobs that require emotions will never be taken away by technology. Now, the last point, which is also very important, is that technology will definitely increase productivity. Why? So, for instance, you have a big company. I would give my example. I went to a company in Korea, and in that company, they had a very big factory. Surprisingly, at the factory, there were only 5 workers. Very big, but just 5 workers. Why? They had employed robots. So they had robotic arms that were doing assembling, packaging, and also distribution. So I was like, wow, where are the people? But the work was very efficient. The first guy was just at the computers, and what he was doing was he was monitoring all the robotic arms, making sure that there is no error. And then the second guy was just double checking if the packaging has been done well. And then the rest were just around trying to keep the place clean. I was really surprised. That is how effective or proficient technology has become. We know very well. I know this is good news for the managers of companies. They would say that, well, when you have workers, so many workers, people fall sick, right? But the robot will never fall sick. Even though the technology is expensive, right? But in the long run, it gives more profit for the company. And then also, we'll have more products within a short time. We'll have more cheap products, and humans will not have to go through so much labor, right? So it's good news for workers of companies. It's also good news for the owners of companies. And remember, robots do not work on their own. They also need people, right? So that's also a form of job creation, right? And there are new jobs that will be created, even though there's robots replacing humans, right? Okay, so these are my main 3 points where I think technology would definitely take away our jobs, but then there is nothing to be worried about. It would, one, create more jobs than it would take away, and two, it cannot overtake or take away jobs that require human emotions. And then the last point is that it will increase productivity. We'll have more cheap products. There will be no labor rise where people would like to go to strikes because those will be working as robots. So we would have more time to enjoy our lives instead of working. All right, so these are my main points why I think technology will take away our jobs, but there is no need for us to worry. Thank you so much. If you're able to watch the video to this point, wow, I'm really grateful. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe. I'm going to bring more exciting videos like this. And if you also have recommendations that you'd like me to tackle, please do well to write in the comment section below. I really like your support and I'm so grateful. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.